There's someone in your life right now who won't be there in 5 years. Maybe it's a friend you talk to every day. Maybe it's someone you can't imagine your life without. Maybe it's someone you've known for years and assume will always be around. But they won't be. And that's not a bad thing. That's just life. People come into your life for a reason. They teach you something. They help you grow. They're there for a season, for a chapter, for a specific moment you needed them. And then they leave. Or you leave. Or you both just drift apart so gradually you don't even notice until one day you realize you haven't spoken in months. And that's okay. Because not everyone is meant to stay. And trying to force people to stay when it's time for them to go only hurts you both. If you've been holding on to relationships that should have ended a long time ago, this message is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and stay with me. Because what I'm about to say might finally give you permission to let go. Let me tell you something nobody wants to hear. The person you called your best friend in high school, you probably don't talk to them anymore. And if you do, it's surface level, polite, nothing like it used to be. The people you swore you'd stay close to forever, most of them are just names on your social media now. You like their posts, they like yours. But you don't actually talk. You don't share your life with them anymore. And that's normal. That's what happens when people grow, when lives change, when paths diverge. But here's what we do. We feel guilty about it. We think there's something wrong with us because we don't have the same friends we had 10 years ago. We think we're supposed to hold on to every relationship forever. We're not. Some people are in your life for a lifetime. Most are not. And that's exactly how it should be. Think about it. The person you were 5 years ago is not the person you are today. Your priorities changed. Your values changed. Your goals changed. You changed. And when you change, the people around you need to change too. Not because there's anything wrong with them, but because you're growing in different directions. You're not the same person who needed the same things from the same people, and they're not the same either. They're on their own path, their own journey, their own growth, and sometimes those paths run parallel for a while. You grow together. You support each other. You're there for each other. But eventually those paths split. One of you goes left. One of you goes right. And trying to stay together when you're headed in different directions just pulls you both off course. Here's a hard truth. Some friendships have an expiration date, and that date isn't marked on a calendar. You don't get a warning. It just happens. One day you realize the conversations don't flow like they used to. The connection isn't there anymore. You're forcing it, pretending, holding on to what it was instead of accepting what it's become. And that's when you have a choice. You can keep forcing it, keep pretending, keep trying to revive something that's already dead. Or you can let it go, with love, with gratitude, with the understanding that it served its purpose, and now it's time to move on. Most people choose to force it, because letting go feels like failure, like you did something wrong, like you weren't good enough to keep them. But that's not what it is. Letting go isn't failure. It's growth. It's maturity. It's understanding that relationships, like everything else in life, have seasons. Some are spring, fresh, exciting, full of possibility. Some are summer, vibrant, close, your best times together. Some are fall, comfortable, familiar, but starting to change. And some are winter, cold, distant, coming to an end. And you can't stop winter from coming. No matter how much you love summer, no matter how many memories you have from spring, when winter comes, you have to let it. Here's what people get wrong about relationships. They think if a relationship ends, someone must have done something wrong. Someone must have failed. Someone must have been a bad friend. Someone must be to blame. But that's not always true. Sometimes relationships just run their course. They serve their purpose. You both got what you needed from each other. And now it's time to move on. There's no villain in that story, no one to blame. It's just two people who needed each other for a season, and that season is over. But we don't see it that way. We hold on. We keep investing in relationships that have already ended. We keep trying to force connection where there isn't any anymore. And we do this because we're afraid. Afraid of being alone. Afraid of starting over. Afraid of admitting that we were wrong about someone. afraid of looking back and realizing we wasted time on people who didn't matter. But here's what you should understand instead. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. And that doesn't make it less valuable. It doesn't mean it was a waste of time. It means it served its purpose and now it's complete. You can be grateful for what someone brought to your life and still let them go. You can appreciate the role they played and still understand that the role is finished. You don't have to keep them in your life just because they used to matter. You don't have to stay friends with someone just because you were friends for a long time. Time invested is not a reason to keep investing. That's called the sunk cost fallacy, and it keeps people trapped in relationships that no longer serve them. Here's another thing people get wrong. They think letting someone go means you hate them, that you're angry, that you're cutting them off. It doesn't have to be like that. You can let someone go quietly, peacefully, without drama or confrontation. You can just stop forcing it. Stop reaching out when they never reach back. Stop making plans they always cancel. Stop pretending the connection is still there when it's not. You can let the relationship fade naturally instead of trying to keep it alive on life support. And that's okay. That's healthy. That's what mature people do. They recognize when something has run its course. They release it with gratitude. They move forward without bitterness. Because bitterness only hurts you. Holding on only hurts you. Trying to force someone to stay when they're already gone only hurts you. So why do it? Why keep putting energy into relationships that drain you? Friendships that feel like obligations? Connections that used to be real but aren't anymore? Because you're afraid of change. You're afraid of losing what was. You're afraid of facing the truth that this person, who used to be everything to you, is now just someone you used to know. And that fear keeps you stuck. Keeps you investing in the past instead of building the future. Take a second right now and think about this. Is there someone in your life you're holding on to out of guilt, out of obligation, out of fear? Someone you know you've outgrown, but you're afraid to let go? Drop a comment if you need permission to let them go. Sometimes we just need someone to tell us it's okay. And if this is hitting home for you, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Sometimes the message finds exactly who needs it. Now let's keep going. Let me tell you why this matters. Why it really deeply matters. Because every moment you spend trying to keep dead relationships alive is a moment you're not investing in relationships that are actually thriving. You have limited time, limited energy, limited emotional capacity. And when you pour all of that into people who don't pour back, you have nothing left for the people who actually deserve it. You're so busy trying to fix things with someone who doesn't care that you're neglecting the people who do. You're so focused on keeping someone who's already gone that you're missing the people who are right here, showing up, investing in you. That's the cost. That's what you lose when you refuse to let go. You lose the opportunity to build deeper connections with people who actually value you. You lose the chance to find new friendships that align with who you are now, not who you used to be. You stay stuck in the past while everyone else moves forward, and that's a lonely place to be. Here's another truth. Some people are toxic, and you keep them in your life because of history, because of what you used to have, because you don't want to admit you made a mistake in trusting them. But history doesn't justify toxicity. What you used to have doesn't excuse what they're doing now. And admitting you made a mistake is not a weakness, it's wisdom. You're allowed to outgrow people. You're allowed to realize someone isn't good for you anymore. You're allowed to choose yourself over a relationship that's hurting you. And you don't need to justify that choice to anyone. Not to them, not to mutual friends, not even to yourself. If someone makes your life worse instead of better, they don't belong in it. It's that simple. But people complicate it. They make excuses. We've been friends for 10 years. They were there for me once. What if I need them someday? None of that matters if the relationship is draining you now. None of that is a reason to keep suffering. Your peace matters more than their presence. Your growth matters more than their feelings. Your future matters more than your shared past. And when you finally understand that, when you finally give yourself permission to let go, everything changes. You stop feeling obligated to people who don't deserve your time. You stop feeling guilty for putting yourself first. You stop carrying relationships that were never meant to go the distance. And you make space. Space for new people. Better people. People who match your energy, who respect your growth, who add to your life instead of taking from it. That's what happens when you let go. You don't lose. You gain. You gain clarity. You gain peace. You gain the freedom to build the life and relationships you actually want instead of clinging to the ones you've outgrown. Here's something else. The right people will stay, without force, without guilt, without obligation. The people who are meant to be in your life will be there. They'll show up. They'll invest. They'll grow with you instead of against you. You won't have to chase them. You won't have to convince them to value you. You won't have to question where you stand. It'll just be easy, natural, mutual. And when you experience that, when you see what a healthy, reciprocal relationship actually feels like, you'll wonder why you wasted so much time on people who never gave you that. But don't regret the time. Don't beat yourself up for holding on too long. You held on because you cared, because you're loyal, because you believe in people. Those aren't bad qualities. You just need to apply them to people who deserve them. People who reciprocate. People who meet you halfway. And the only way to find those people is to let go of the ones who don't. So here's what I want you to remember. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life. And that's okay. Some people are lessons. Some people are blessings. Some people are both. But very few are forever. And trying to make everyone forever is exhausting, painful, and ultimately pointless. People grow. People change. Paths diverge. And when they do, you have to let them. Not with anger, not with bitterness, not with a big dramatic exit. Just with acceptance, with gratitude for what was, with peace about what is, with hope for what's next. You can honor what someone meant to you without keeping them in your life. You can appreciate the role they played without casting them in every future scene. You can let them go. And you can be okay. Better than okay, actually. Because when you stop holding on to people who are already gone, you finally have hands free to hold on to people who are here, who want to be here, who choose you the way you choose them. Those are the relationships worth keeping. The ones that don't require force, the ones that feel like home instead of work. So let go of the rest. The friendships that feel like obligations, the connections that used to be real but aren't anymore. The people who take more than they give. Let them go. Wish them well. And move on. Your peace is worth more than their presence. Your growth is worth more than their comfort. Your future is worth more than your past. Protect your energy. Protect your time. Protect your heart. Give them to people who deserve them, people who value them, people who reciprocate, and let everyone else go. Gracefully, peacefully, finally. Because not everyone is meant to stay. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start building the life and relationships you actually want. Stop forcing what's finished. Stop fighting for people who aren't fighting for you. Stop holding on to what's already gone. Let it go. Let them go. And make room for what's next. Because what's next is waiting. But it can't come in if your hands are full of what used to be. If this message gave you the clarity you needed, hit that subscribe button. This is Know This, and we're here to give you the truth about life, relationships, growth, and everything in between. Real talk, no sugarcoating, just honest lessons that help you move forward instead of staying stuck. We drop new videos every week, so if you need more of this, more truth, more perspective, more reminders to choose yourself, subscribe and turn on notifications. And after this video, take some time to really think about what you heard. Ask yourself, who am I holding on to that I need to let go? And then give yourself permission to do it. You deserve relationships that feel good, that lift you up, that add to your life. And you can't have those if you're still carrying the ones that don't. So let go and make space for what's meant for you. See you in the next one.